I'm standing inside the Richland area child care organization, and we've got a special tour coming up of this brand new child care facility in Richland, Iowa. And Tabitha Unterneer will be giving us a tour today. She is the child care director here. This episode is brought to you by Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa. No matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix and clean and customize it. McDonald Boneyard of Keota, Iowa for all of your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. Hinshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. You need a trailer. They've got your trailer and they fix what they sell and don't in their full-time repair shop. Girling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. Fred also fixes and sells snow blowers. B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops present Southeast Iowa Today. I'm John Bain, author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host. Let's get started on this tour. Tabitha, thank you so much for letting me have a tour here today, here in Richland, and tell us what room we're in right now.
Well, John, we're glad to have you. This is our preschool classroom, which we have both childcare and preschool in. So we're very excited to have any of you guys come and join us here from 3 to, not 3, that's when we end. So from 8 to 3, we will have actual preschool in this classroom where you can come in, you can bring your children, and they will experience the same kind of preschool curriculum that they would experience in the school. So
it looks like a schoolroom in here.
It is a schoolroom.
Yeah.
We are following curriculum and we will be doing everything that we would do when we would be in a school district or other schools. So we have our amazing sensory table over here where the kids can get in and play. We know that a lot of kids learn through textile and kinesthetic, so they can be moving and touching this.
I mean, you look in it and you just want to touch it and mess with it. But yes. I didn't put my germs in there.
You can, as long as you wash your hands first and
Okay.
when you're done.
All right. I might have to do that after we're done taping this segment.
I can say that I have sat and played in those many a times because they calm you down and relax. So
Yeah.
we have our, well, if we're coming this way, we have our itty bitty toilets. Aren't they cute?
Yes. I got to show this. You know, this is really nice because, you know, I was telling you beforehand when we were recording this that I have a 5-year-old grandson, and he has to have like a step stool and then something on the seat so he doesn't fall in. And this is made for little people.
It is, and a lot of times they'll get scared because they're having to be up higher and balance themselves, and then make sure they're not falling into the toilet. But these toilets are made for them. So when we're working on potty training, if they're not potty training, use the restroom, it is ready to go for them. So there's no obstacles for them to jump while they're going through.
Well, I would think that just would be, it's so much more less scary.
Developmentally appropriate. Yes, and it isn't scary. Well, some kids are still scared of a toilet, no matter what you put in front of them, but having one that's ready for them makes a big difference.
Oh, I imagine so. That is really cool. Then what do you got over here?
So we have our science center over here. We have our light table, and so it'll turn on. I'll have to turn it on for you because that is really cool. And these are translucent, so they'll light up.
Oh, neat.
We have different things to experience with the light. Our science, so we have these are snowballs. So if you touch them, I don't know.
Yeah, a little light.
And it makes the noise the same like when you're scrunching the snowballs outside. You just feel that.
That is cool. A lot warmer than a snowball.
It is.
But you definitely get the feel of snow. That is pretty cool.
For science, we are actually experimenting with temperature in our school age room. So we'll talk about that when we go over there, but we talked about temperature. And then we have some of the different things for the emotions, and you can see we had a kid put all the eyeballs on here on how he was feeling. But they can look at themselves and then build a face with their emotions. And
nice.
We have our breathing board for a mindful moment. When you're calming down, you would just follow.
Okay. There's some adults that could use that are watching this show right now.
They could, but It's still fun because
Yeah.
I had to follow the whole thing before I could finish.
I mean, this is right here in Richland, Iowa, and I'm just kind of going around the room a little bit to show people, but when did you folks open up? Today, when we're recording this, it's what, January 7th, 2025.
So, and we will be, I think it was December 9th.
Just a
Yeah,
few
so
weeks
we're-
ago.
Yeah, so we're not quite at a month, and it's just our soft opening. So with that, we are taking kids in once we get enrolled, but helping to fill out paperwork. So there's a lot of things that we need to jump through with that. So then you guys can come in and be ready for when kids are transferring at the end of the school year and things.
Now, if someone who's watching right now has a grandchild or a child or a niece or nephew, and they're seeing this in their preschool age, like, hey, I think we could really take advantage of this and use this. What's the best way to get a hold of you to maybe get a tour or come?
So if you were to call or send an email, so the phone number here is 319-456-5660, or you can email at RACCO, RACCO, childcare@gmail.com, and I can send those things out for you so that you can register or go on a tour and figure out what we have to offer. The one unique thing I didn't remember is we are a year-round preschool program. So when your child turns 3, they can start, and so we have offers is both 3 and 4-year-olds and go through year-round.
And it's so important. I mean, I'm so old. I mean, preschool wasn't a big thing when I was going to kindergarten, but this day and age, I mean, if you don't have preschool before kindergarten, a lot of times kids are behind the ones that do. Quite a bit behind.
Because, well, we used to have centers in kindergarten, and we would have nap time, and we worked on learning our social emotional IQ. A lot of times we think about focusing on our academic IQ, but to be successful in academics, you actually have to build your social emotional IQ. So being in a preschool classroom, learning to share and how to take turns, to wait, to ask for something, to know that this task is ending even though you're not ready to end, how to say that you want to go back to that. That is really big for our own executive functioning. And we know as adults, we don't always want to do things when we're told. I mean, there are days I just didn't want to get up. And we still have to get up and we have to get going. But you have to learn that and to learn.
And if you're an only child, or if you're the oldest child and you have, your siblings or infants, you're not sharing as much and learning that social skill. So it's really important.
Yes, but not only that, if you're in a family like I have 6 children. I have a large family, but our culture within our household is different than having a blended culture within a classroom. So how we might ask for something at home is going to be different when you're interacting with different people. So coming into where the cultures of our community are being blended together in a classroom, that helps them to learn how to interact. Just like when we go to work or we go to a park or somewhere, we have to learn how to interact with people who do things just a little different than we do.
Yeah. Now, earlier when you gave the phone number and the email address, I put that on the screen, but to be fair for the folks that may only be listening to this, can you say it one more time? And for the folks that are watching this, I'll have it up on the screen again so you can write it down. So Tabitha, go ahead and tell us one more time, phone number and email.
The phone number is 319-456-5660. The email is raccochildcare@gmail.com. That's RACCO childcare@gmail.com.
Okay, well, so far we are 8 minutes and 7 seconds into podcast excellence here. Was there anything else in this room, or should we take a break and go to another room?
I think we're ready to take a break because I want to hear the questions from you guys out there. So you give me a call and let me know what you want to hear.
Very good. We'll wrap this segment up. Thank you, Tabitha.
I hope you're enjoying this episode, and if so, make sure to give it a like, follow, and subscribe. It's free.
Tabitha, we're in another room here at this fine new establishment.
Yes, John, we're here at the Richland Area Child Care Organization in our school age classroom. So we offer before and after school care for our kids that are in school in this classroom. So we have here our calm area where they can read and lounge.
Yeah. I'm just kind of showing the books and little lounge area here.
Yeah. Then we come around and we have our art station, which comes a little further down this way. There's a desk for kids if they're wanting to kind of isolate and really concentrate on homework or a project they're working on or just need a moment to themselves. We have our science things over here.
Oh, nice.
So like we have the simple machines that are always fun, and then we can experiment with textures for how fast or slow it will go when you're going down a hill, or like you're thinking, why do they have snow tires, or why do I like the smooth ones and texture ones where you can sit there? And we have things to kind of experiment with that. And I told you guys in our last classroom that we'd be doing experiments that we talk about in here. So we are going to be experimenting with melting ice in this classroom this month. And also they're doing a blubber experiment. So they're gonna see where they're put Crisco in a Ziploc bag. So they'll put their hand first to touch the cold water, and then they'll put it where their hand's not actually touching Crisco, but this has the wraparound, and then it should still feel cold, but is it cold when you have that wrapped around? Now, for people like me, I still get cold no matter how much blubber I've already put on. I need it cold. But for whales,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's awesome.
Then we have our math and initiatives over here, and some games for them to be able to play so we can work on the social taking turns. We have our rug, and there's a couple of rest mats in here because we've had some full day kids that were still younger.
So you got all the states of the United States. Now, I have to joke because it's in current events. Do you think someday we might have one of these rugs that has Canada as one of our states?
You know, I don't know. I'm kind of still paying attention to the Iowa part of it.
There you go. And we'll show that one more time when zoom in there. There we are. That is really neat. And we got little stars for all where the state capitals are located, I see.
Yeah,
Very
well,
nice.
and I had my daughter was doing homework, and I sent her down here to put all the states in, and she wrote it down, and she's like, what do those letters stand for? And I'm like, the states? Well, what's that mean? Because that doesn't say Iowa. I'm like, oh, we got to work on that.
There you go. Little abbreviations
Yeah.
there.
So then we have our dramatic play, which I know is kind of hard to see, but we have our dolls. We have our different foods and props so they can be selling
nice.
things here. We have our
Nice.
doctors and
Well, I'll tell you, I would think a kid would be very well occupied here.
they seem to be very well, and the kids that we currently have in this room helped us to choose where things were going out and what toys we had out. So
Oh, very
that's
nice.
always fun too when you get to say so and
Oh
how
yeah.
things are going.
Oh yeah, it becomes theirs and they probably appreciate it more and take care of things more.
Yeah.
So once this place is at full capacity, how many kids could you have in here?
So in this classroom, we will have 15 children
Okay.
at any given time. And then our preschool classroom, we can have up to 24 kids. Our toddler classroom is 14, and our infant classroom is 12. So if I stated those all correctly, that gives us a capacity of 65 kids
Wow.
at any given time.
Wow. And I'm guessing since, like the Field of Dreams, build it and they will come, this thing was built because there was a need in this area.
There is a great need in this area, and that's how this place came to be. So Early Childhood Iowa was seeing where the need was for childcare, and there is an immense deficit in this area. So then they came and went to the community center or community boards and things, and they actually gathered people and formed the Richland Area Child Care Organization. From there, they researched and talked to people. They looked at whether or not we should build a new building, what size building we would build, or if we were going to use an existing building or like partner with a church or something. We ended up being extremely lucky, and Jerry B. Robinson was our benefactor, and he donated a lot of the fundings for establishing the center. So our childcare is actually located in the Jared B. Robinson Center.
And his name is out front on the building.
It is.
Oh, that's a good reason for it to be on the front of the building.
It is.
Be very grateful to him.
We are extremely grateful.
Yeah. Well, is there anything we haven't touched on in this room that you'd like to share with the audience?
I think we've covered it for now, but again, send me your questions.
All right. And do you want to give your email again?
Our email here is raccochildcare@gmail.com. That's RACCO childcare@gmail.com.
Okay, and they're looking at it on the screen right now too as we're talking.
I'm so glad because I messed that one up.
It's easy to do. Hey, we'll wrap up this and we'll check out another part of this
Okay,
place.
I'll see you in infant room.
Can you do me a quick favor and give this episode a like? Make sure to follow and subscribe. It's free.
Tabitha, I would say that based on all of these cribs, that we're probably in the infant room right now.
You're right, John. This is the birth to 24-month room at the Richland Area Child Care Organization. And we are excited to be able to house up to 12 infants in here.
Wow.
So this is first take a look at this table.
Oh, look at
So this is where they can do their artwork, and those who can sit up are able to sit and eat lunch.
I'm 6'3". That looks like a long way down,
They're,
but it's a perfect.
slightly higher than my ankle there.
But it's the perfect size for the kids that'll be here.
It is, and I love it because it's so short. And then we have our art easel for them to be able to do their artwork.
And it's right at their size and their level.
It's right there on the ground. It's sturdy that it can take while they're holding their body weight up to learn how to paint.
Yeah.
And then this is our area for our mobile infants.
Okay.
So we have,
This is when they're starting to pull themselves up and.
this is anywhere from when they're pulling themselves up through walking.
Okay.
Or if they're like some really good crawlers where they're moving and we have smaller infants and they would be on this side. So over here we have our large motor toys where they can build, they can climb.
Oh, look at that. And all the colors just make them so inviting to play with.
Oh, and you sit there and you stack them up and they just think it's so much fun to knock them down on you.
Oh, I
And
bet.
so it's great. And then we have our kitchen area, and these people are absolutely loved by the kids that are in here.
Oh, neat.
So we have a little food. Isn't
Oh,
that so
yeah.
cute?
Yeah. This is cool.
So we have that, and then we have their blocks and manipulatives over here. And the what's inside,
Oh, neat.
What kid is not always sticking their hand where it's not supposed to go because there's an opening? Here you can do that.
That is
So
awesome.
it's fun for them, and then we have our different colors and shape boxes that they can go through.
So this is the third room
Is it the third room we've been
that
in?
we've
Yes.
been in, and every one of these rooms is definitely designed and equipped age appropriate for the folks that would be in here on a daily
Yeah.
basis. Who made this happen? How did this? How did you decide that? You have these little kitchens and these little.
So a lot of people have worked together to get this. So the Early Childhood Iowa, who originally said we had a need, then we had our board members who came together, and then the original board members helped to pick out the furnishings in the rooms and the rugs and things. And then when I came on in September, I started ordering in the supplies and the toys that are going in the room. And the board, members were part of that too. We also have our benefactors, and we've had grants from people that are helping with that. And if any of you guys are wanting to give a grant, we are willing to take it.
All right. Well, right now I'm putting your email address back up on the screen, so go ahead and say it for the folks that are listening.
RACCO childcare@gmail.com. That's raccochildcare@gmail.com.
Awesome. And go ahead and tell the phone number one more time.
It's 319-456-5660.
Okay, we've got that up on the screen too. Well, this is incredible. This is awesome. Is there anything else we should see here, or has this wrapped up the tour?
You can't leave without seeing the toddler room.
There's more. Wait, there's more.
We're
Okay.
peeking in the 2 to 3-year-olds.
Well, we can't forget those kids,
No,
or children, I should say. All right. Well, let's wrap up this segment and head on over to that.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
I hope you're enjoying this episode, and if so, make sure to give it a like, follow, and subscribe. It's free.
Tabitha, we are in the toddler room.
Yes, we're in the toddler room here at the Richland Area Child Care Organization. This room will house children from 24 to 36 months. So if you want to come through a tour, we're kind of excited to show you. First, we come into our calm reading area again.
And here we have the little people chairs. And I'm getting way down there so you folks can see it. But that's the perfect level for a toddler.
They're just a little bit higher than the ones in the infant room.
Nice. So what is the age group for toddlers?
It's 24 to 36 months.
I would think that there's got to be some moms or dads or grandpas or grandmas or uncles or aunts that are watching right now that know a little one that is in this area that they're thinking, you know what, we need to check into this place. I mean, this is incredible here.
Well, I hope so. And if you're thinking that, you can contact us at raccochildcare@gmail.com. That's raccochildcare@gmail.com. Or feel free to call us at 319-456-5660.
Awesome. And I have to say, before we started rolling the camera in here, you picked up a couple of things because you're like, oh, it's so nice that you can tell kids have been here, but you straightened it up.
Well, it's kind of that mom and educator thing. Like, we love seeing the mess and seeing that they've been exploring, but at the same time, we got to put it away because, it's a safety hazard. You don't want to trip over a baby doll. The baby doll might get hurt.
That's true. We got to watch out for those baby dolls.
You do.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're tough, John, but
Yeah.
I don't know about the baby
But
doll.
yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. Well, this is incredible. And so you had your soft open. I'm thinking back a couple segments ago. It was December 8th?
9.
December 9th.
Pretty sure it was 9.
Okay, of 2024. And today is January 7th of 2025. So just about a month you've had this soft open and you're ready to let more kids come
Yes,
in.
we are super excited for you guys to call to look at enrolling, to help you guys fill out the paperwork. And we also take child care assistance, so anyone out there who's looking for that, we do accept that.
So there's a way for all kinds of income levels to have an opportunity to make this a home away from home for their kids and a school that's away from school.
There is, and we're excited to make that happen. And the nice part is for child care assistance, that is 160% of the federal income poverty level to qualify. So the majority of people in our area, we know, have a chance at qualifying with things. So that makes it so much nicer to be able to serve people. So we are open to taking that, and we'll help with any paperwork if you guys want to consider using it.
Well, I sure hope they do. I hope this place is full all the time and you folks add more staff to keep up with the clients that come in.
I am excited to be able to hire on new staff as you guys come in and to have children come and visit because the kids are what make my day. So I'm excited for that.
And you're such a happy, pleasant person. Just this short time that I've been with you, I can tell
Yeah,
that.
but don't ask my husband. He'll tell you the opposite.
Well, we might have to have a special podcast on that.
Yeah, use someone else's husband.
There you go.
We'll get a stand-in.
There you go. Well, Tabitha, was there anything else that we should have talked about before we wrap up this podcast today?
Just a reminder that we will be using curriculum throughout all of our classrooms. It is one of the leading curriculums that we will have in the classrooms. I can't talk. And that we will... I've done selling myself. So
Well, but basically, if I am interpreting this correct, I mean, your kids are going to come here, they're going to be safe, they're going to be cared for, and they're going to learn things. They're going to learn things from that curriculum that will prepare them for kindergarten. And the older kids, they'll be able to interact while they're here after school as well too. So to me, it all sounds good.
Yeah, and we'll plan on working with the school districts and the AA. So we'll be partnering with them and then figuring out where they're at reading and levels and wise, so then we can help them to continue to achieve their academic goals as well as their social emotional goals. We'll be going after the fine motor, large motor things, and also teaching healthy living skills, and by using the child and adult care food program and following safe practices. And there was another one. Oh, our social emotional. You can't forget social emotional. That's like the cornerstone of early childhood.
Because if you don't have that right, you can't do the other stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I wish you the best. Thank you so much for letting me have this private tour here in Richland. And you folks that are listening or watching, give Tabitha a call.
Yeah, at 319-456-5660.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, thank y'all.
Thank you, Tabitha, for the tour of this great new child care facility here in Richland, Iowa. Thank you, the audience, for watching. And I got to thank our sponsors, Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Hinshaw Trailer Sales, Girling Repair, B&B Propane, and the family of Jet Stops. I'm your host, John Bain. Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.